Hey, it's your Apologetics guy, Mikkel, coming to you here from downtown Dallas. Let's walk and talk. So I got an Instagram message from my friend Bonnie, and she asked about, are there two different genealogies in Matthew and Luke? Actually, yes, there are, and they are kind of different. So let's talk about what makes them different and how to understand what's going on and how the Gospels might be working. So are there two genealogies of Jesus in the Bible? Are they different in Matthew and Luke? Actually, yes, there are differences in Matthew 1 and Luke 3, where you read the genealogies of Jesus. You know, Matthew goes up from Abraham to Jesus, and Luke goes back from Jesus to Adam. Matthew explains some of the names, but Luke doesn't. Matthew has women in his list, and Luke doesn't. Even the way they group the names are different. But you know what that tells us right off the bat? At least Matthew and Luke didn't copy off of each other. They weren't just checking each other's notes and writing the exact same thing. So, but is this an example of a slam dunk contradiction in the Bible? No, see, the rest of the story is that we need to consider how the Gospels may be working here so that neither list is actually wrong. Let me just mention a couple of ideas. So back in the year 225, there was a guy named Julius Africanus, and he looked at this and he saw two different ways of showing Jesus' legal descent through Joseph, even if Joseph wasn't Jesus' actual biological father. So he explained it like this: Matthew wrote down Jesus' natural line, and Luke wrote down his royal line. But now another option could be that it's the total opposite, that Luke actually has the physical line, and Matthew has the royal line from King David. So there are other options too, but these two that I just mentioned would have a Jewish marriage practice come into play to help us understand some of the differences. For example, Luke says that Heli is Joseph's dad, but Matthew says that Jacob is Joseph's dad. Does that mean there's automatically some kind of a contradiction in the Bible? Not if you understand the possibility of this cultural thing called Levirate marriage. Okay, so here's how that works. If Heli died and his wife married his brother, Jacob, then when they had Joseph, Jacob would be his dad, just like Matthew said. But another possibility is that Heli just adopted Joseph. So he's not actually Joseph's bio dad, but no one would say Luke was wrong to say Joseph's father was Heli. Now we all know family trees can be kind of messy, and so the Gospels are very real when it comes to that. And we need to understand and be understanding about some of these cultural backgrounds in order to see how the Gospels can work. Because even if we aren't sure which option is the most likely one, difference doesn't always have to mean contradiction. But don't miss the point of the text. Luke was showing that Jesus had a claim to the throne through King David, and he's related to all people through Adam. And that is actually the good news that brings great joy to all people. Jesus is the Savior. Jesus is Christ the Lord. So this question actually came from my friend Bonnie, who hit me up on Instagram, and she asked me this question because she's doing the Bible Experience Challenge along with us, listening to my favorite dramatized audio Bible called the Bible Experience. We heard Luke 1 to 9, and we're on track to finish up before the end of the year. Hit like if you want to be part of the challenge, or if you are a part of the challenge. If you want to join us in listening to one chapter each weekday, I will link to it below. So you can take a break from Netflix and let's binge the Bible.